So let's be honest with each other. Who told you that distractions aren't the reason you can achieve your goals? It's an online guru, family member, social media? Well, somewhere along the way you were taught, if I could just stop getting distracted, I'd finally make progress. But this is truth. Distractions are not your enemy. No, they only win because your mission is weak. Your mind is weak. Because when you're deeply committed to something, you will achieve it no matter what. You will do no matter what. And that's the problem right now. You do not have that mindset. You see, the moment when things get hard, unbearable, uncertain, uncomfortable, the first thing you said, no, I do not want to do it. It's too hard. Instead of saying, let's keep pushing, let's keep doing, you say, oh hey, the phone. Nice, let's watch some TikTok, right? Well, that's the funny part behind it. There's not a distraction, no, there's mental escape. It's just that the reality that you're facing is too hard to face, so instead of that, you take the easy path. It's one of the most common things people do. Your mind is trained to run the moment it gets hard, the moment it gets uncomfortable. That is the moment your mind says, hey, you know what, let's not do that. No, let's go that way or that way, but not face it. And every time you reach for something that's easier, your brain just links it together. It will get a lot more easier the next time, the next time, the next time, the next time. And until you know it, you're literally slaved to something. You're literally have an addiction to quitting. It's just that your mind says, it gets hard, quit. It becomes uncomfortable, quit. It's unbearable, quit. Just a moment where you do not want to push through and give everything. You just take the easy path. You do not want to face reality, no. In fact, only what you want to do is get as much in return for as little effort. So it does not matter what your goal is, what you want to achieve, because you won't achieve it. Because the moment it gets hard, your brain just pushes the eject button and just quit. That's funny. We're all taught, at least here in the Netherlands I know, that you have done your best. There's nothing more you can do than do your best. And once you've done your best, it's okay. Why is that okay? Why is that a mindset that is okay? So, let me give you an example. Let's take, for example, you have a lawyer and you violated a traffic violation. So now you get a ticket, but the violation was going 100 over the speed limit. Well, you can hire a lawyer and that says, yeah, man, there's nothing I can do. No. But what did one lawyer do? He got asked by his client, is there something you can do to get me out of this? Because there's already a sentence laying for me. I've done this much more. So now they will give me a 2-year jail time. So he goes, and he goes, and he goes. Fuck man, there's no problem. He is going to jail. I do not have a way to save him. You know what he found? In the police report he found one little detail. The law says, in France this was, that every high-speed camera needs to be calibrated. And he did not receive a copy of the last time it was calibrated. So by law, it was inadmissible what the camera detected. Because it could be 204, it could be 200, it could be 230. There is no denying that he went too fast. But by law, they said it's inadmissible. And that's the only piece of evidence, so the case was thrown away. But he did his very best. But the first lawyer, he said, "No man, I can do nothing for you. You need to serve your jail time." That's the difference between a person who does their best no matter what they will face until they come to an outcome, whether it is good or bad. Or you have the first person who just says, "It's getting hard, it's just slam dunk. Sorry man." That's the difference. You're just falling into a placebo effect you were taught when you began to walk. And that's how it is. The first time you think, alright, the second time you start to believe it, and the third time it's just talking into your head. It's going down and down and down until it's just rooted in you. That's what's happening. So the online gurus I said about, they say to you, your phone is your distraction. No. Your mind is the whole problem to this. Why? Simply, before you do an action, there comes a thought up in your head. And then you have a choice to make. Then you have a choice. And the choice is very simple. As I will erase a few things on my whiteboard. So, there comes a thought up in your head. So let's take, here's a thought. This is the thought. And you can take this route, which is bad, or you can take this route, which is good. But this route is a lot harder. You need to do something. And this route is just easier. But before you do an action, there will always come a thought up in your head before you do it. And that's what I had. I became between a choice when I was running. I could just quit because I went for a run yesterday night. I just finished an hour ago a meal, lasagna, very delicious. But with a full stomach running, it's uncomfortable. It's not fine. And then it started pouring, showering with rain, wind blasting in my face. And I had two choices. I could either go on and potentially beat my time for 10 kilometers. I could just say, no, you know what, I quit, I do not want to do it. I decided I will at least finish one lap. And I was running. The pace was on point to beat it. To beat 10 kilometers within 45 minutes. And I was on top. And then around kilometer 6, some acid fluid came into my mouth and I had to spit it out. And it became worse and worse and worse. The rain started absolutely going into my face. It felt like tiny needles poking into your skin. It was going and going and going. I could have just said, you know what, I quit. No. I pushed through and I managed to beat my time by 5 seconds, which does not sound very much, but in conditions 10 times worse. And that's simply the difference. If you want to achieve something, if you want to become a doctor, an engineer, a professional footballer, you need to go through the pain, push no matter what, until you reach it. Until you get somewhere, and it's either a dead end or you've achieved it. And 9 out of 10 times it's you achieving it. But if you do not put in the work, do not expect anything. So to summarize it, your phone is not a distraction. It's your mind that says it's okay to use it, and then it becomes a distraction. But if you just say, when the thought comes up, I do not want to do that, you have no problems. That's why I can leave my phone right here next to me while editing. And I can just say, no, I do not want it. And it will all be fine. So just remember, the next time you get a choice in your head and you really want to achieve it, go through the pain. Because the result afterwards will make you far more happier than that little distraction did in your whole life.